Hi everyone, welcome to another Tea with Me Tuesday. I made a list. Believe it or not, it's my only second cup of tea today, and I usually have like 3, 4, whatever. So I'm totally exhausted. I've been busy. Just had a shower and washed my hair, and I just left it. But it's all frizz. So I don't know what I could put on it to make it not frizzy. And I don't really want to use like gel and stuff, so anyway. So for today, I wanted to, let me see if I can fix this here. I've got kind of a groupy mess here. It's my computer. Anyway, at the beginning of the year, I had picked a word that would be my word of the year, and that word was inspiration. And although I went through a bit of a rough patch for a while, and I wasn't putting any videos out, and I wasn't crafting, and I was going through kind of I think it's a post-COVID depression. I think that a lot of people go through where we were confined for so long that we just, when things finally really opened up and you could feel safe, the emotions were very difficult. The changing in the high cost of prices of things, the shortages of some things, the gas prices going up, the war in Ukraine, and of course, my American friends, you have craziness going on there. We had our crazy truckers in my downtown Ottawa here in my city. We had them occupy our downtown for several weeks. It was horrible. There was a lot of, it was like COVID contained us so much, and we were not used to it, that once we got over that big hump, I think we'll always have viruses, variations of COVID, and just like anything else, just like any other viruses that we have that are going around in the world. So sorry if my voice is a little low. I took a little bit of a nap. I was exhausted. Mom was very, very difficult today. It was just one of her off days where she just kept wanting to go out early this morning, and I had, I got dishes to do, I got breakfasts, I got lunches to make, I got cleaning to do, and I want to sit down and do some crafting, and my life was pretty well on hold today. So I finally got her out, and we went out and so on and so forth. But getting back to the whole post-COVID thing, I think a lot of us are reevaluating our life, reconnecting with family, and sometimes not in a positive way. I think there's a lot of resentment, and it's not our family's fault that COVID happened, but I think we all kind of felt that resentment that we missed out on being with them, whether it was in person or for funerals or postponed weddings or birth of babies. So anyway, getting back to, the whole word inspiration, I found myself looking for something to help me out of the funk, to something to help motivate me, to give me inspiration, because that was my word. And I was looking for inspiration. And I found it in many levels. And I found I came to a point where I found crafting wasn't being enjoyable because so many videos I watched had expensive tools I can't afford, and I wanted to get back to kind of basic crafting. And I haven't done cards because I'm not very good at it, but I've got something for that. I've got a trick for that I learned. We'll get into that in another video. But so one of the people that I loved to watch was Dainty Diaries, Catherine. She's from Ireland. She's a single girl. She bought her own house. She calls it a cottage, which is cute. It's a nice place, but she's very much a gardener. She's a DIYer, fixing up her house, doing things. And I love it when she does the gardening. And then she'll have a session where she's just cleaning house, you know? Sorry. So she was one that kind of, because she was very upbeat and she had her new book coming out and lots of wonderful things going on with her. And the other one was Green Renaissance. And this, every video is of a different person with a different perspective. Whether it be, you know, how to be happy, you know, what to do next, enjoying nature, gratitude, appreciation, and so on and so forth. Things that I needed to help find inspiration. And then I found myself one day after I cleaned up part of my mess, was that I was motivated to go back to basic crafting again. And to me, that I needed that release. I needed that, don't think about anything. The news is off. I don't put it on TV. I don't want to listen to it. Every once in a while, I'll turn it on just to kind of get up to date. And then when I hear it, I go, I'm retired. I'm an old lady. I'm a senior citizen. You handle it. I already went through my shit. Excuse my language. My crap. Your turn to take over and look after things, and you better darn well do it. Anyway, so I found my inspiration, and I'm continually reminding myself of gratitude. You know, I'm grateful that I have my mom. I'm grateful she's still with me, and we both survived COVID. Neither one of us got it, and I'm thankful for that. But I still have to be very careful. We still wear our mask. We go out, and there's others that do the same thing. We go out to different places, and many people are not wearing masks anymore. You don't have to. But because my mom is older and I'm looking after her, we both wear masks to add that little protection for her. And we still use, you know, hand sanitizer and stuff like that. So anyway, I wrote some notes down here. Yeah, there was one that I want to watch on Green Renaissance. It's called Now You're Free. So I want to figure that out. Now, why did I put down first perfect, life is good, learning? Is there, I don't know what I don't know what the heck that. And I don't know what the heck this is. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this. This is not my notes that I want. Purpose in life. Green Renaissance. No, no, no. This is not the paper I want. Hang on, guys. This is from an old... I mean, I remember the very first thing I wanted to talk about, but that was from a long time ago where I was going to specifically talk only about that YouTube channel. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Already 10 minutes and I've been talking about nothing. And I think I touched on it a little bit where I was talking about post-COVID. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable in my chair. I'm in my bedroom, and I tried to get a nice background. and my chair is not cooperating. Anyway, so now we're dealing with high prices and shortages and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, where are we getting our inspiration and how are we feeling gratitude when, you know, we can't get the things that we always could get before? So we have to kind of change things around. And the other thing I noticed is the job market. Oh my goodness. If I didn't have Mom, I'd be out there working. Simply because nobody wants the jobs. And I find that the millennials, and I wrote it down, millennials, for those who don't know, were born between 1981 and 1995. My children are Generation X, which was between 1965 and 1980. And of course, us baby boomers were born between 1946 and 1964. One of the things that we as baby boomers relied on when we were looking for jobs was not only to sell ourselves, but to gain security. Security was so important. It was embedded into us from our parents post-war, you know, where things were scarce and it was hard to get jobs, you know, the dirty 30s where, you know, the big depression. So we're 30s, 40s, and if I'm born in the 50s, that wasn't long before I was born. Although some of you may say, oh my God, she's ancient. However, so we are the product of our parents a sort of instilling in us the importance of a secure job and to be loyal to that one job. Loyalty and security were very, very important, whether we liked the job or not, you know. It was important to have security. And Generation X kind of, you know, still hung on to that a bit, but millennials, on the other hand, and I do like one thing about millennials, and that is, and I may have talked about it before, if they don't like a job, they leave. Whether they have something else waiting for them or not, they don't care. If they're not happy, they leave. Sorry, it's very dry in here. I think it's from the aftermath of, I tried to wash the walls and everything, but it's still very dry. And I usually have my fan on to get the air circulating and to try and get rid of the dust out the windows. But anyway, so I am going to be coughing a bit and I apologize. But yeah, so where we were brought up to find, you know, security. The millennials are, excuse me, I have to stop. Okay, I'm still all stuffed up. It must be the dust that's still in here. I tried to clean as much as I could in here, but it's funny, it's been 3 days, 4 days. And I'm almost finished my tea. Thank goodness I got my other drink there. Anyway, so what I admire is that if they don't like a job, they will just leave and find another one. Whereas we were taught, oh my God, never leave a job until you have another one waiting for you. And you have to be careful, because if you do that and you're searching for a new job, In my day, if your bosses heard about it, you got fired. You know, and they'd make it up. I mean, you could fight with them, but they'll say you're incompetent, you couldn't do the job, you weren't qualified. They'll do whatever. But the kids didn't care. These kids don't care. They want, and after COVID, I think the whole life balance thing, they want to be happy. They want to be happy. And there's nothing wrong with that to a point. There has to be a little bit of common sense. There has to be a little bit of loyalty. There has to be a little bit of security, and so on and so forth. But a lot of them are now looking at different ways. Many people are looking at different ways of working now, whether it's working at home, starting your own business, whatever that may be, doing something that they've always wanted to do rather than, sorry, rather than staying in a job just for security. So, you know, that is a big difference. So jobs right now, they are crying for bus drivers for the school buses. You know, we've been told on one of the broadcasts I was listening to, they need lots. They need nurses. A lot of them after COVID have said, that's enough. I've had enough. I'm leaving. So that is kind of what I have been thinking about when I was thinking about where do I get my inspiration? And then all of these other things kind of trickle down. I'm sorry, I think that there is more dust in here than I expected. Yeah, I can smell the dust. I can still. Sorry about that. So I've been told that one of the girls that lives on the 6th floor, we were riding the elevator, and I chat with my neighbors whenever, and she was saying that she got notification that it could take another 2 years before they're completed with all of the work, which means 2 more years. Sorry. It's really dry in here. 2 more years of this. No balcony, no chat, no plants, no growing, no flowers. Ugh, so annoying. Anyway, guys, since I'm starting to cough too much and I really want to get my window open and get the fan going, I'll say thanks for joining me. Again, another long one. Thank you so much. Please give me a thumbs up. I hope you appreciate all the effort. I am trying to get videos out to you more often, maybe a little too often. So I may have to, you know, come September, renegotiate some of how often I'm going to be uploading. Knowing me, it'll be every day, except for the weekends. I'm trying not to, although I do a Simply Saturday if there's something that comes up. What else? Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. Yeah, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and please hit that subscribe button. Help my channel grow. It's been kind of at a stalemate, and I think it's been there for about a year. I'd really like to get some of your friends to come on over and join me if they want to hear about my life and my mom and how we're doing and how I'm caring for her, along with my crafts and what I discover and how I appreciate some of the new things that's going on, and, you know, so on and so forth. It's a little bit of everything. And once in a while we go on a little trip where we're going to visit Dollar Trees or perhaps purchase things and have a haul video, and or just a day in the life. So, thanks so much for joining me, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.